Hey guys, Sherlock here. So today's video is on some testing I was doing with some dummies. I've been procrastinating this video quite a lot. Just trying to work out how to make it exciting, clickbaiting, extravagant. And I can't. It's a spreadsheet of me hitting a dummy for 5 or 6 hours, so we're just going to talk about it. I had the idea of wanting to test different con splits, so 100, 200, 300 con. For different weight classes as well when you're tanking light, medium, heavy, because there's always this talk of should you light tank, should you medium, should you just run more con, if you need more con should you go up a weight class. So I thought, bugger it, I'm gonna go hit a dummy for a few hours. Lately I've just had a really good feeling that this build I've been using is super strong and I kind of wanted to prove it. So I've been running 100 con medium with a kite shield and butcher. It's just felt really good. Certainly I'm very squishy at certain points. If I don't have defenders resolve uptime, I've got to focus the CCs. If I don't CC the mobs, then I can easily die. But when defenders resolve is up, I'm just unkillable. There is a 3 to 4 second downtime on it when I'm using Nature's Wrath. I think if you use Nimble Coat, which I unfortunately don't have, you could have 100% uptime on that. But I think with the announcements of some cooldown reductions coming on defenders resolve, that shouldn't be an issue. So we'll look over here now. This is a spreadsheet that I put together. We have a graph at the bottom here, which kind of collates it all into one. The further right you go in the graph, the more damage the builder is going to do. The further up you go, the tankier you're going to be. So this here, you can work out kind of that balance of what you need between the damage output you want to be doing. And how tanky you need to be for your team. We've got a legend on the right here just to make it a bit clearer when you're trying to read through. And I had some static test conditions as well. So for empower wise, we used the honing stone and a slash damage ring. There's 14% empower right there. We didn't use the heavy attack empower. This would skew the results more than not using it. Due to the fact we don't have Oblivion, so we're actually missing out on quite a lot of empower in these tests. All of the tests without Nature's Wrath would be showing much higher numbers because you're getting the full value of that 30% in power. When really, if you're in a team and you've already got your 14% from your honing stone and your ring, you've got another 10% from your leadership and another 15% from Oblivion, you're at 39% in power. So the heavy attack would actually only be an 11% difference. So if your playstyle, you feed heavy attacks into your... So if in your playstyle you feed heavy attacks into your rotation, you could look at these damage numbers, add another 11, you could even go up to 15% and then try and work it out off that. But I'm not going to go that far today. So on the far right hand side we've got EHP. For those of you who don't know, that's effective health points. So that's your health once you take into account your damage mitigation, etc. Thanks to Mr. Mojito, I will try and remember to put links to his Twitch down the bottom. He's got a spreadsheet that actually works out all of the HP, so you can enter in how much con you've got, what wards, enchanted wards you have, what armor class you're wearing, what armor you've got, and it works out your effective health points. It's a super good spreadsheet. So if it wasn't for Mr. Mojito doing that, this part of the equation wouldn't be possible. So yeah, thank you, sir. I'm thinking about making this one open to my Patreons in case they want to use it or not. You can search by the EHP if you want to figure out how to be as tanky as possible. As we all can assume, high con, heavy, void dark plate with a tower shield. It's just going to be the tankiest option. We all know that. I didn't bother going above 300 con, so I went for 300 strength, 300 con and used that as a baseline. If you really want to be tanky, you can go up to 350 con, which will give you another 10% damage. If you really want to be tankier, you can go up to 350 con, which will give you another 10% damage reduction when you've got grit. Yeah, if you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't. This is the one that I would like to usually sort from, is the DPS. Over here, we can hit Z to A. And this will search from the highest DPS option down to the lowest, which is the build that I've been playing with, Nature's Wrath, with either a kite shield or round shield and 100 con. This week in Laz, I'm using this build, but I'm actually dropping down to 5 con. so it's going to be even more effective than this. At 5 con, that the Nature's Wrath Kite Shield slaps. Actually slaps. It's really good damage. Round Shield should out damage it, especially if you have one of the old Bane shields. I like the Kite Shield gameplay, but have a play around with it, see what works for you. This is more of a starting point than this is what you should be running. There's too many variables when it comes to testing this kind of thing on dummies. You can't really account for all the empower. You can't account for when you're staggered. You've got ping involved in it. You've got specific gear. So you guys can come back to me and be like, hey Sherlock, like, I think you're wrong. I can actually kill this. This one here is actually taking me 80 seconds, and this one here is taking me 78. Or, oh, what do you mean 100 con like takes 80 seconds? I can do it in 78 seconds. Everyone's going to be slightly different. As long as I try and keep those test conditions and the variables as low as possible and keep them identical for all of them, we're testing like against like. I've said that in previous videos. I always just try and keep things static across the tests. They don't necessarily have to be the best numbers, because we're not comparing this to other weapons either. We're not trying to compare greatsword tanking to sword and shield tanking. Yeah, so as long as we keep that even, we should be fine. And the graph down the bottom, I think that's it. I honestly didn't know how to make this video. I wanted to make it like 3 days ago. I think sometimes we get a bit too carried away trying to make things too formal, too exciting, too clickbaity. If you're still here, thank you. Yeah, if you're still here, thank you. Big shout out to my Patreons. I'll chuck them up on the screen. Come and check us out on Twitch. If you have any other suggestions of builds that you would like tested in this sort of spreadsheet format, let me know. Try and give me specifics around what you would want tested. So especially if it's more PvP related, because like I'm not really a PvPer. Let me know what kind of artifacts you would like me to test with it. Weight classes. You can even DM me on Discord and send me some screenshots of skill trees or something. Maybe we could even open up a channel for this specific testing. Yeah, so for now, the spreadsheet's going to be open to the Patreons. If we get a lot of excitement around it, I can open it up to more people. We'll see. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.